Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs, so Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs, so Grumps and Gramps. Grumps and Gramps, tons of laughs, so Grumps and Gramps.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Grumps and Gramps, episode 33? I don't know, 33? I'm Gramps from Dallas, Texas. Joining me is...
Grumps from New York City.
And joining us also is...
Believe.
Juice. Tease us from Dirty Jersey.
Easy.
Dirty Jersey. All right. My wife will never accept that, since we lived there for 10 years.
I mean, I don't know. She's a little dirty, right? It's not about the state itself. It's about the people, right?
It's more like stinky Jersey. It's like
Jersey?
when you're driving on 95, your daughter in the backseat, she's like, "Is that outside or is that you, Dad?" Or is that
that's why they call New Jersey the armpit of America.
It smells very sulfuric sometimes.
But yeah, happy birthday, Mrs. Teases.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah.
We love you, Jess. We love you. It's all in fun.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Most of us were off yesterday, and it's almost Wednesday, so we're feeling good. Wrapping up the week already.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, let me
Got my Marvel shirt on, ready for the show.
There you go.
I got my Goonies shirt on.
Yeah.
Let me fix my light here.
What do you got, Teases? Is that Metallica?
No, this is
Toy.
it's like an homage. It's a Michelangelo. Turtle Tuesday.
Turtle Tuesday.
I don't know. I thought that was a Metallica album.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has
Saint Anger or something, I think it was.
Has that vibe.
Yeah.
So it's been about a month since our last show.
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm still kind of getting over COVID a little bit. So bear with me. I'll try not to cough too much.
I've got the cooties.
Yeah. Happens. I cough more when I laugh, so I'll try to keep it at a minimum. Yeah, so as always in the Fig Life, a lot has happened in the last month since we last spoke. Mm-hmm. A lot has happened in the last week. Some crazy news dropped. What day was that? Was that Friday?
Oh boy.
Last Thursday, Friday, yeah.
Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, one of those two.
The time has almost come. It's after 3 years. Yeah. It sounds like we're actually going to get the Mezco Keaton that we've been promised. I mean,
that we paid for.
Yeah. This thing went on pre-order January of 2020.
Yeah.
And
pre-pandemic.
pre-pandemic, it was advertised as their first like seamless body, right? It's going to have like you're not going to see the joints between the armor and whatnot. Which I guess, it's kind of cool. We were all kind of curious how that worked out, but I mean, it looked great on the preview photos. But it just took so long. And there's, all sorts of theories about what happened. Of course, the pandemic slowed everything down with production overseas and shipping overseas. But I think I talked, I'm not taking credit for this, but I in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? I think this is all linked to the promotion of this Flash movie with Keaton coming back as Batman.
Hmm.
And wasn't that movie delayed like a year as well?
Yeah, I think they did reshoots on that movie.
Yeah.
Well, then there was the whole stuff with the star of the movie getting locked up and
Right.
committing multiple crimes and
And here we are now getting ready for the summer release. And lo and behold, they release, hey, we're about to start shipping this soon.
yeah.
And it's just going to tie in perfectly with the promotion of the movie. I in the back of my mind, I just think Warner Brothers and Disney told them to hold off on this. That's just my own personal theory. What do you think that is plausible or not? Yay, nay.
No.
I think that they did probably narrow it down by the quarter, but definitely the movie, I think, pivoted. I think that definitely put it in the front seat. And I think when you create product and you have things that are coming overseas, there's these crates sometimes, and they probably have the ability to kind of delay production on some other stuff. So they probably put the Mezco Keaton up front because this is the best timing. And, realistically, this movie's coming out in June. And if you miss that mark in the summer, the hype is going to be pretty much over. So it's either now or never. It's kind of how I saw it.
I think that they've kind of going to use collectors as, some of the free promo. We're going to do their dirty work for them, with all the toy picks that are going to come out. And there are going to be thousands of them coming out on the Instagram. Get ready.
It's not up for sale now, though. The pre-order was 3 years ago. I can see if you're putting the pre-order up now to, get in on the hype, but it's whatever. It's already sold out 3 years ago. So
right, but the photos that people are pumping, the images of Keaton as Batman, it's just going to keep building hype for this movie. Because let's be honest, people aren't interested in seeing Ezra Miller as Flash.
Yeah,
all the hype is on Keaton coming back as Batman. In that trailer, they showed Ben Affleck 2 seconds, but they showed Keaton like in action, coming back saying, I'm Batman, all that stuff.
Different iterations too. He didn't have the mask on the one time, and Tom, I think, was showing us, and we posted on the Bat Force page that the merchandise, the T-shirts,
everything,
Flash is this big. Literally, right?
Focus.
Literally all Batman. Like, this is a Batman movie without saying it's a Batman movie.
Yeah. They should just call it Flash Bat or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm looking forward to finally getting that in my hand and hoping the seamless body is as good as what they hyped. There was it San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con that they had like some preview on display?
The last time it was seen at SDCC, and I don't know, I think that was August. I don't know.
Yeah.
People were not thrilled, but I don't know how old that model was.
Right.
Could have been the model from 3 years ago, which who knows?
Yeah, it could be a Frankenstein version. From what I heard too, it also, I guess that seamless suit is really a rubber suit, right? So it's kind of like a nod to it almost being movie-like, on a miniature scale. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I don't know how well it's going to pose. I'm assuming, Mezco's articulation is so great, but how much give does that rubber suit have? Where, a lot of these, especially like, the Silver Age Batman, the thing that I love about it is that it has that spandex suit and it's cloth and it looks realistic, but his posability is top notch, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, if this is rubber and we know he has a stiff neck, right? So it's like, how much articulation are you really going to get?
Yeah, and you're really going to have
to be good, but it won't be over top notch, I don't think.
and you're going to really have to be careful with. There are some people that like to display theirs out, on a shelf, and then there's others that keep theirs in boxes, like behind me, Mount Mezco behind me. In areas where there are like high humidity, some of that pleather material on the suits and even some of the cloth garments can deteriorate. I've seen where people have had problems with their colors distorting on the cloth suits and some of the pleather deteriorating. I know I had the pleather on my mutant leader just disintegrated in my hand.
Yeah.
Which for a couple of photos looked really cool because it looked battle torn, but I just had to find some replacement black pants and put on him, and it looked fine. But that pleather just, it literally turned to dust. And I keep mine in the box in a room controlled home. So
yeah, I think that's just the life of synthetic materials, or there's chemicals in these synthetic materials, and
there's chemicals in your hands too.
Right.
I've seen some guys that hold theirs with gloves on.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. And I don't blame them for it. Especially like I saw with Moon Knight, the all white Moon Knight. Guys were like holding him and posing him with gloves on because they didn't want their hands to get the suit dirty and smudgy. It's all about the smudges.
This is the world we live in. I love it.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
People need to remember that, they just have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after 3 years, looks like we're finally going to get the Keaton, and hopefully this leads to the release of others like Mr. Freeze. Been waiting on that, coming up 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, 3 years.
Ghost Rider, yep.
I
can see why that one was delayed because it comes with the bike too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, moving on. Let's talk about some figs that actually have already been released and we have in hand. I guess first up, one that I was really excited to finally get was the NECA Dracula.
Yeah, I need that one.
This guy looks great. Teasus, you got yours in hand out ready, don't you?
Yes. Freshly out the box, just opened it. Yeah, that's a great shot of what you got right here.
Comes with a giant bat. That's nice.
Yeah, comes with a big old bat and 3 head sculpts, 2 sets of hands. Looks like some wine, 2 glasses, a platter, and a candelabra, and a soft goods cape that clips on the back. The face sculpt portrayal is so good on these.
Yeah, this is just typical NECA. It's like for the price point, you're getting 3 head sculpts. You're getting all the expressions you really need to kind of get started. And like you said, they usually don't use a lot of soft goods like the capes, and this is really tailored. I think Gramps, you always talk about a cape.
Yeah.
It's really tailored. It's laser cut. It's precise on the back.
Right.
It clips where, it's elongated on the collar.
Uh-huh.
So it's very accurate to the movie. They never skimp out on details. And, as fans of Universal Monsters and Dracula, it's always a pain in the ass to get product that's Bela Lugosi's likeness. Not too many people have permission because you have to go through the family for that.
Right.
Even if you have the Universal Monsters license, you still have to go one step further and get that approval from the Bela Lugosi family.
Right.
So it's almost like a double license because if you see product, it actually says, you'll actually see that logo where it says Bela Lugosi right here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you know that they went through the process and that it's official.
Oh, yeah. Show us that box, too, because, these Universal Monster boxes, you have to keep the box. I mean, these boxes are works of art.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where they use their own toy photography to kind of tell that story, and it looks very cinematic, and it looks like it came from the movie, and you almost have to do a double take because
is that the black and white version?
Yeah, this one's the black and white.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of jumping around. My bad. I got the wrong box. So yeah, this is the traditional one, and they mix with matte along with gloss, so that really kind of gives it a more modern feel.
It's almost like the black and white variant. It's cool that they give you a variant box, and it is an incentive for you to buy that version too,
right?
Because they both look so cool.
Yeah, that's a nice touch, to be honest, because they could easily just do the same box of black and white, and, whatever. So.
And I like, just like with the other Universal Monsters, they're also doing accessory sets.
Right.
With this Dracula, they've come up with the casket, and with the casket, you also get like a possum and a rat. We need more rats.
Yeah.
Comes with a giant spider.
Yeah. So that's supposed to arrive soon for me. You've already got it? Cool. Have you opened it?
Yeah, when you look at this, obviously the meat and potatoes is in the coffin. It's more of a deluxe coffin with these rodents. So it's really all about the coffin with this one, which I was kind of excited to get because when I first missed the Nosferatu one a year ago, I had like 0 coffins to use. And I think what's really cool about that is it has the ability to jump with different characters and licenses. So I'm slowly getting my collection up with some coffins, and I bought that Action Figures deluxe set. Remember? Reality set. That was pretty cool. So
yeah,
I'm gonna try to get as many coffins as I can because you could just mix it with so many light. Oh wow!
The Casket of Cruelty.
Casket of Cruelty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's more of a wooden one, where one of Dracula's is more kind of molded and more almost like a little more rustic and related to metal. So
yeah,
whether it's for Dracula or not, it just fits with so many things. And these accessory sets they just work so great. I mean, the fact that they're geared towards Universal Monsters is great, but the Mummy came with the tomb. Frankenstein's came with that laboratory table. So it's like you could just use it for any license you have that you want to just do, or do a mashup. That's what makes it great.
I didn't get the NECA. I'm sorry, Steve.
I was gonna say, like, the price is right. Where a figure's $35, you're going $45 for this accessory set. So you're not, bleeding so much.
I already know that later on down the road, probably closer to Christmas, they're going to come out with the deluxe set that's going to have the figure and the casket, and you could just bought them all together.
Yeah, and then you'll get like a bonus head.
I know. You'll get the bonus head that has like his fangs exposed.
Right.
That was my one complaint about the figure, is that the open mouth one doesn't have fangs.
Right.
But that's a little, small item. I just love the fact that you've got the iconic Dracula. Like, when I think of Dracula, I think of Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. I love that movie. But when you think of Dracula and his most classic portrayal, that's who I go to in my head.
For sure.
So I'm going to have some fun with him.
This one, I think, is probably the most long-awaited one. Frankenstein was great. Mummy was great. Wolfman was great. But the second that we knew that these monsters were coming out, everyone kept saying, all right, well, when's Dracula coming out? Because that's the one to get. I'm sure people will be excited when Creature of the Black Lagoon drops and that stuff too. but Dracula is the top 3, if not the number 1 that you want to get. You know?
Oh, definitely.
Again, it just has that mashup capability.
I like the Frankenstein a lot.
He is good. He is good.
That was in my top 10, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The Wolfman, I don't know why I was kind of a little disappointed. I actually liked the Mummy better than the Wolfman, but I was looking forward to the Wolfman more. I don't remember why. I just wasn't that thrilled with the sculpt or whatever.
I think to me, the fault in the Wolfman is in the feet, where it almost looks like he's wearing slippers. It's the joint where it's so pronounced that you see that ball joint, and it doesn't look part of the figure. It looks just too forced, but there's no other way of hiding it. If you want that pivot, you need that ball joint to move. So
yeah,
you know, it's a darker color. It's a little more pronounced. There's really no way of hiding it.
The only alternative would have had to been like basically a whole lower leg that you just pop off the whole lower leg. But I didn't mind it. I mean, I like the accessories.
They kind of hit it here with Frankenstein, but again, he has pants. You know, like Wolfman has fur, so it's kind of hard to mimic when it's just plastic.
Yeah,
but still a completely accurate to the movie. You have it's cool that you can put his human head on there, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's a great line, and I think it's something that NECA was waiting to do for years, and they did. They released it at the best time they could, I think.
Speaking of Wolfman, Grumps, you just recently got the Jada Figures version.
Okay.
Yeah, talk about this one a little.
There you go with the ankles.
Yeah, this is a 1/12 scale, so it'll fit in with your, Marvel Legends, your G.I. Joes, and, all 6-inch action figures. It just serves the purpose for that, I think. It's certainly not a movie accurate sculpt on any of their Universal monsters. But it fits in with your, again, your 6-inch collection. And this Wolfman pose is great.
Yeah, it looks like he can.
Yeah, it's got a lot of nice articulation. Good amount of accessories, and it's $25. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
2 head sculpts.
Yeah. And this company is doing Street Fighter figures coming up. I don't know,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not a big Street Fighter guy, but I pre-ordered the first 2. I think it's Ryu and oh man, Fei Long, I think, or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like their accessories. Like the Ryu came with some sort of blue ball effect piece. So I was like, shit, I could use that for Mr. Freeze.
Right.
And then the Fei Long had a kicking effect where his leg would kick up like this, and it's a fire effect that goes over the whole leg.
Okay.
I was like, that's fucking cool. So anyway, this is the Wolfman guy.
Okay, I like him.
Yeah, it's all right. The sculpt isn't as strong as the NECA. I mean, don't get me wrong, but also you're not gonna have a lot of times you're not gonna have the NECA figures with your 1/12 because I think NECA is like 110.
Yeah, it's 7-inch.
7-inch, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, depending on what you're doing, but or who the character is, right?
Right.
But these guys will fit in with your whatever, And this one is a stronger release than the previous Dracula and Frankenstein I got. Yeah. Much stronger release.
Very cool. Oh, I think we all talked about this before the show. I got this dude, and I really like him. He's kind of an obscure DC character, but Dead Man.
Yeah.
And he comes with these cool ghost effects. Like, this is like a ghost version of himself that sticks on his back. And then he's got these ghost effects that go on his arms. And I really like this figure. I can't wait to do some photos with him.
Yeah, that one came out nice.
I think we're all starting to learn that McFarlane does anything hyper realistic or anything related to horror. That's what he does the best. Like anything that is in the realm of Spawn,
Yeah,
it's just above and beyond. Where when he tries to be like comic accurate, it gets a little silly sometimes. But this zombified face. It's a little hard to see there, but man,
that's a good sculpt.
You're seeing all the line definition. He almost looks like a mummy.
Yeah.
And for what we paid, I mean, shit, $20 with those accessories.
Yeah.
They could have easily charged $30 and we wouldn't have blinked because there's just some value, you know?
I wish he had came with like a flight stand, you know, because he's a ghost and he kind of floats around.
Yeah.
That would have been cool, but I've got enough flight stands from other characters I can pop him on. But he's one that I've got on my desk in front of me, and I just like to have him around and, you know, do poses with him. Very simple design. He's just, you know, in his red suit. Now,
I always like that character.
It's funny. He has an ab crunch, and it doesn't bother. Again, my glare is killing me, but it doesn't bother me. It fits so much into the suit that you don't even notice it.
Well, this is one thing. It's more like a back crunch than an ab crunch because he goes further back.
Okay.
To kind of give him, you know, that flying. If you want to do some flying poses, you know, where he's reaching back and stuff like that. But I think when we were shopping for him, I kept seeing ones that had the D slightly painted crooked or off to the side. So I had to make sure I had a nice straight D on mine.
Yeah, make sure your D is straight.
Yeah, can't have crooked D.
Waka, waka, waka.
Not safe for work. What else did you guys get recently that you want to share?
Bunch of stuff. I got something today even. God. Just I don't know why I got hooked on wanting to build this Infinity Ultron. I just liked the way it looked in the cartoon, the What If cartoon.
Okay.
So a couple of guys on Toy Migos Discord and the Enablers Discord, they're both YouTube channels. They sent me the pieces for like $10 a piece, which is great, you know, saved me money for the figure. Today, Gramps, I got in this Sharon Carter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's you know, you and I are always about the civilians and whatever.
Yeah, I love her. I got her too, and she's great.
Yeah, there's great likeness on her.
And you're right. I mean, perfect for any type of civilian situation. Yeah. You've always got to have civilians, you know. Whether
you know, I'm just looking at her right now. She's got that blue, whatever jacket inside. If you could switch these arms out, you might have yourself a little Black Canary.
Could.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like that figure. I've got her. I had her out on my desk, but then I cleaned it up all this weekend.
I'm short an arm. I'm getting the arm tomorrow. The final piece.
This is a perfect segue because I was going to ask you, have you ever got like one piece of one of those Build-A-Figure because you wanted this one figure, like it could have been that Sharon Carter, and then you find yourself like, oh crap, now I got to complete the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's how I am with Khonshu because I got what
who was in that
Officer Jimmy Woo.
That's the one I want.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I found him and it came with this arm. And I love Moon Knight. And now the Build-A-Figure is Khonshu. And I mean, you can tell from this arm, he's like 7 or 8 inches tall. He's big.
I got the head here, Gramps. I could send it to you.
Okay, if you want to trade me for something.
I don't need. I could just send it to you. I'm not gonna build it. So.
But now I'm just like, okay, now I need the 5 other pieces.
Yeah.
And they have them all in stock. I saw Howard the Duck. I saw.
Oh man, I love that Howard the Duck.
He Remains. I saw all of them, and I was like, man, that's.
Well, you can have my the piece that comes with Howard the Duck because I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, I like the character Howard the Duck, so that's why I picked him up.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
There you go.
So you got 2 pieces coming to you now. I mean,
oh sweet, yes.
Now you gotta finish it.
Now I gotta finish.
You're ahead of the
Gramps,
game.
let me tell you. It's funny you bring up that Jimmy Woo. I was talking to a customizer friend of mine, Nico Hodge, Artman Customs. And he's gonna do a Jim Gordon head for me. So I could swap it with that Jimmy Woo.
That'd be actually really cool.
Yeah.
So
with the white hair, not with the red hair, with the white hair.
Yeah. You have to see if he'll do a second one.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Because I like he comes with that little whatever, I don't know.
He's got like a police badge and.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else did you get? You sent me some photos.
Stuff. Some clearance figs.
Those are always good.
Figs.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to save money these days. So, I'm trying to cut back, but I just, if I could grab 2 for the price of 1, like I have with these Fantastic Four figures.
Yeah, like this Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. That was $11 on Amazon recently. And the Human Torch. $11. So after taxes, I got them both for $26, which is the price of 1 figure these days, right?
How is that Human Torch?
It's all right. I mean, it's nice because he's fully inflamed,
right?
And I have other I have 2 other Fantastic Four sets, different suits or whatever, but he's in the regular whatever, Fantastic Four getup. So
right.
Yeah, I saw he was on Amazon for like $11 too. I was tempted to get him.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the Invisible Woman and the Thing to drop. The Thing won't drop to 11, but Invisible Woman should. It's like stock market,
I didn't know you were such a Fantastic Four fan.
Oh man, the OG run, like the initial Kirby Stan Lee run.
Yeah,
I love that. I used to have the Marvel Masterworks. I don't know whatever happened to it, but that was some good stuff.
All right.
I'm looking up the Invisible Woman now.
What
is it? What does that sell for?
I think it was going for $13.97, but
you sent me this cool. Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it came out nice, pinless, double jointed elbows, which is new for the Marvel female figures.
Right, that looks so much better on the female figures, and I love the pinless joints that they have now.
Yeah, yeah, it's just I don't know. I wanted a Jean Grey. It's not my favorite character, but I don't know. I wanted a Phoenix figure. So.
It goes well with Mr. Logan.
And they're doing a whole line of the X-Men with the Strike Force suit.
Okay.
So I grabbed this Wolverine.
Yeah.
For pretty much the best Wolverine body, in Legends anyway. And it's just a repaint, but it's cool.
I think they have as many Wolverines as they do Iron Man now. It's like they constantly coming up with new versions of Wolverine.
Yeah, people like to talk about there's so many Batmans, but it's more than enough Wolverines and Iron Mans.
Oh my gosh.
And Spider-Mans and
yeah.
which is okay.
Don't mind.
What do these Marvel Legends figures go for nowadays? Are they still around 25?
25.
25, 28, depending on the target you go to.
Right. They keep going up, and the packaging is closer to no frills.
I hate that. I hate that windowless, no plastic.
You know,
a lot of people are getting burned on that, even from Amazon.
I'm getting burned on that because every one that has come through in that packaging, the legs are warped and like bent. I don't know what it is with, I don't know if they're being stored in hot cargo boxes or what, but everyone that has come through has been warped. Even my Daredevils that came in that 3-pack from Hasbro.
Yeah.
So you have to like heat it up, straighten it out, and then put it in cold water and get to harden up to straighten the legs out.
You know what I learned this weekend, Gramps? I was watching this YouTube show. I don't even want to mention these people because I don't particularly like them, but I'll do that sometimes. I'll watch them just for information. Anyway, they were talking about action figure guy was talking about the type of plastic that they use in the joints, and in particular the Hasbro Legends. The reason why it warps, it's not the right level of whatever it is, PVC or whatever, I forget the type.
Right.
It's not the right level. Like they need to use a stronger. They're just being cheap, basically.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Which is that you see the difference with the G.I. Joe, classified. Like those joints are great, they're strong and everything, but you'll get warped Legends on the Bucky cap mold or whatever.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the difference in like the G.I. Joe versus the Marvel Legends. But also the fact that Marvel Legends reuses so many of the same body parts and molds. You don't see that in hardly any of the Joes, because the only time you do is in the like Cobra soldier figures and things like that. They reuse some of the legs and arms, head sculpts. Speaking of G.I. Joe,
I was gonna say, perfect segue. Have you guys been buying a lot more G.I. Joes, or?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, man.
This dude, I grabbed him.
I thought this colorway was ridiculous until Gramps showed it to me when he first got it, and I was like, all right.
It is ridiculous. It's like a neon green,
but it's not so bright in person in hand. I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
And it'll go perfect in like some jungle photos. I think I got 2, maybe 3 of this guy, because that's the thing with Cobra Troopers. You gotta get multiple.
You have to have at least 6.
It's a great figure. I mean,
it is. Shit. I like him. I think he'll go well with Crocmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that dude.
I mean, you could store all of his weapons and accessories on him. It's crazy.
He's definitely been popping up at a few of my targets. He's like readily available. There's at least 4 or 5.
Yeah, all of those. What is it?
And those Python.
Yeah, Python.
There's a lot of
thanks.
There's a lot of Tiger Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I like a lot because it's a direct. Obviously, it's just spot on to like the ones that we had growing up, but the Tiger Force is cool.
The good thing about it is it's repaints and they're exclusive to Target. It's not like a mainline figure that's exclusive to Target. Everybody's going nuts. Like a repaint like this is not going to be for everybody. So, people are like whatever. As opposed to when they first came out in 2020 and the Cobra Trooper was exclusive to Target, and the ruckus that caused.
I'm guilty of that, man.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, I'd be up at Target at 7:30 a.m. waiting for that door to open, and there'd be nothing on the shelves.
Yeah.
And I learned that
pandemic and everything.
Yeah, I learned that was a waste of time because they don't put out the toys until the last thing off the truck.
Oh,
Put out all the essential stuff first, all the food, all the clothes, all the pharmacy products. Those are the essential items, and then they start pulling the figs off.
Yeah,
which makes sense because it's the most non-perishable item.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what a waste of time. I mean, I must have spent $100 in gas driving around.
You and everybody else. Right?
Everybody else.
Man.
Oh man. One thing that I've got, and this actually can help tie into the G.I. Joe figures. I've found this customizer, I guess, company on Instagram and called Gridiron Studios.
Yeah.
And they make awesome accessories and weapons perfect for G.I. Joes, perfect for Marvel Legends. They
wrestlers,
everything. And I've recently purchased a weight room.
Oh my god!
Bench press set.
Gramps is getting in shape.
Yeah, my figs have resolutions, so I got this, and I got a set of dumbbells.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm gonna do some photos soon, but yeah, my figs are gonna get in shape for 2023.
Gramps,
I'm all about the accessories now.
Did you get Sergeant Slaughter? G.I. Joe classified version?
No, I don't think I did. I mean, he's readily available. I can get him if I want him.
Yeah,
I don't care for the character, but I was watching some review and they showed the body, and he's bigger than the average, G.I. Joe figure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They made him pretty big.
Yeah.
I was wondering if, some sort of head swap you could do. It looks like a good body.
Now you got me thinking. Now I'm going to have you always make me spend money. Now I'm going to be on the searcher for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing I got, and I think we showed it earlier.
Are the is the weight bench really easy to put together and take apart?
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
It is well built. Parts slide seamlessly together. They actually even have. So when you buy this set, it comes with. It
looks kind of intricate.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's really not. It's really well designed. They slide together real easily. It comes with 4 plates of these, fake 45-pound plates. So you can bench press 225, but now also they come with, I was talking with the guy on Instagram and I was like, you know what? My figs can bench more than 225. I need some extra plates, man. And he was like, I'm on it. Sure enough, the next week they opened up the set where you don't have to buy the rack. It's just the barbell with 4 more plates. So nice. I bought a second set. So now I can throw up 405 if I want. So
okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some deadlifts.
Yeah,
my figs are
combine.
And you gotta have dumbbells. I mean, you gotta do some bicep curls and all that. So I'm gonna have fun with that. I think it's
you could definitely have a girl character walking past a guy and he could just be like, just like flexing hard.
Dude, I don't know. I've been wanting a gym set for a long time, and I may actually get a second because, you got to have. I want a whole gym setup. I was talking with the guy, and I was like, "Man, you got to have a gym rack, maybe even some machines, a leg press machine,
elliptical."
He was like, "This guy is crazy." But I was like, man, I want it all. If you can make it, I'll buy it. I want the whole gym set. Another cool accessory set that I got. I think we showed it earlier, but it was the Casket of Cruelty.
Oh man,
Jesus, you made me buy this one, and I mean,
I'm slacking.
This thing is loaded.
Yeah,
man, you get a chainsaw, you get a nail gun, you get a crossbow, you get a sword, you get a brain. I think there's a heart, and all these blood splatters. I mean,
did you get the OG set by this company?
I don't know. I mean, I just got
It was
this.
a bunch of food and stuff.
Oh, I have that one in my hand. I ended up when I ordered that, I bought the food as well.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It comes with eyeballs that pop out, so you can have you can squeeze guys' eyeballs out of their head. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
This is gonna get sick.
Gramps, when someone's deadlifting like 480 pounds, his eyeballs could be popping out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, no, this is cool, man. This is, I think it's worth the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Knowing you, I could see you dry brushing this a little bit, giving it a little bit of love,
I love where your mind's going, because you definitely need to distress it a little bit, and it could go perfect with Nosferatu.
Yes.
Or, once we get our Gotham by Gaslight, he's gonna have to have some murders to investigate. So put the dead in there. What else did you guys grab recently?
Well, I think we were talking about Conan the Conqueror came in the mail. That was on pre-order for a while, but not too bad.
This dude.
Yeah, he's I'm trying to diversify a little bit. I'm trying to get more kind of fantasy inspired.
Issues with this figure. A lot of
Really?
QC issues.
Oof, you're scaring me. Mine's still in the plastic.
The arms. Be careful with the arms.
Yeah, I read I've seen where I guess they put the paint on pretty thick on the arms, so you got to heat up the joints to kind of break that paint.
Yeah. On
Right,
mine,
Jesus, did you
it
hear
was
that?
just the left arm. And it was stuck, and I put it in front of the heater for 60 seconds. Loosened up, I didn't have a problem since. But a lot of people are having problems with both arms. Like they're stuck to the point where they can't move heat and whatever, and so just be careful.
They came with a couple of cool things that I just forgot about. That kind of like that rawhide looking fur jacket. That looked really cool.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things you can throw it on another character if you want. Yeah, I'm looking at this.
He'll go well fighting.
My arms are pretty good, but now I'm nervous to even touch it.
Yeah.
He'll go well fighting some of our other favorite line, the Mythic Legions.
Yeah.
Especially when you get that horse in.
I know.
Horse. Yeah, Mythic Legions. They had another pre-order drop this week, right? Did you dabble in anything, or?
I'm waiting for March 1st so I could get the Headless Horseman. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, dude, that new Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
That was a really good idea by them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I was a little annoyed because I love the version that I have, the original. Yeah. But then seeing that, I was like, man, I want that too. Because it comes with a slightly different paint job. And the horse has a little different paint job. Kind of giving him a more spooky look.
Yeah.
And doesn't it have like some of the paint is glow in the dark?
Yeah.
Which I don't know how many people take pictures in the dark for that to happen, but it is kind of a cool effect if you just have him posed.
The pumpkin flame thing is green. I think on the one you have is orange or
yeah,
flame color.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that when a major release comes out like that, that you're definitely going to get at least 2 repaints within the next year and a half. It's just how they make money. They have to monetize on, these sculpts cost thousands of dollars to make, like $40,000-$50,000 to make a figure. So you got to make your money. You got to.
Yeah. Now
That's why NECA does a black and white line of Universal. Then they offer some, more incentives, but the core pieces have to be used multiple times
and
to stay in biz.
Mythic Legions does a good job of reusing some of their parts and sculpts, because everything on the Horsemen has been reused before. I was watching a review where there are people that are like diehard Mythic Legions, and they're like, this arm is from this guy, this torso is from this guy, these legs are your typical legs from this guy. So everything, they've had all the pieces, they've just found a cool new way to make a new character out of it. Yeah. And the same thing with the other one, the unknown one that just came out. I got the version that was the 2022 Legion Con exclusive release, which was cool because they had it at the convention, and then after the convention was over, they still had some in stock, and they put out a limited run available on their website. And I was lucky enough to grab one, and I love it. He's awesome. He comes with, these huge bat wings, and he comes with 2 head sculpts. He comes with some soft good. But then this past week, they announced that they're releasing the standard version, which only has 1 head sculpt, which is all you need. It's just he has a helmet. He kind of looks like the Death Dealer with wings. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
And it was like the standard version was like $45, and I was like, man, I think I spent $65 for that version. I should have just waited, and I would have been happy with this version. I get it. I know why they're doing it.
Gamble.
And I have no beef with Mythic Legions. I love what they do, but I think that's just going to kind of kill the market on these exclusives, because now people are just going to wait.
I think too. I think they've managed to kind of mainstream it a little bit to where they're knocking out the third-party seller a little bit. They're making it so accessible, where last year you had to be at a local show or pre-ordering on their website. Where now you can go to Big Bad Toy Store, you can go to a couple other shops, and which is good because it's about collecting and availability.
Yeah.
Online these prices were getting crazy.
The customizing aspect of it is a big appeal. Like you were saying, Gramps. People buy and sell parts and shit.
Oh, it's a huge thing with the Mythic Legions.
Have you taken one apart? I haven't never handled one. So.
No, I've never taken one apart. But I do know that their parts are designed to be interchangeable. Like you can pop off an arm from a knight and put it on a different arm.
Yeah.
In this new wave that's coming out, where they have like the zombie dead people, they're designed to be, pop and swap the arms out. And also, this is the genius of the design, is that it's pretty much interchangeable with all of the Mythic Legions, according to what I've read and on their website and stuff like that, and part of their YouTube panels. So those would be cool.
It's definitely just one of those brands that they're not compromising quality at all. So
no, I think that
as long as they keep it top shelf, they'll have success. Continuous success.
Yeah, it's just I get it. They're getting to that stage where they're taking the next step to being a bigger company, right?
Yeah,
right.
And it happens with every company.
Yeah, you can't fault them for that because that's how
No.
you get to where you need to be and be able to offer more.
Another company that's kind of like that, I think, is Super 7, and they're getting more and more into the 112, 110 market with their Ultimates figures, specifically Thundercats, which I picked up this dude this week. I waited a long time to pick up Grun the Destroyer, and I kind of regret that because when he came in, I just fell in love with this dude. I don't know if you know the character, but he was once a Thundercat on their planet Thundera or whatever, and he kind of had a fallout with the leader Jaga because he, power struggle, and he was killed in a battle or something, and then his spirit came back, and in the cartoon he fought Ghost Jaga again, kind of like he was fighting Ghost Obi-Wan again. But this dude, he's huge. He looks so badass. The paint job is so well done. Sculpt is really cool. And man, they're just going to keep cranking out more Thundercats. They released a wave today. And there's 4 more I'm going to probably have to get.
I think Super 7 has really put themselves aside from everyone, showing that they could do the retro cartoons bigger and better. They don't have to do hyper realistic ever. They own their kind of niche in the market, where they're not necessarily competing with NECA all the time, but they have their own vibe.
Well, what's really cool? Yeah, what's really cool? You're talking about a niche market. They've got a real niche market where they do their music line. It's focused on all musicians. And here we are.
And the packaging is amazing. Yeah, that's great.
Cliff Burton from Metallica, their original bass player. This is one that I jumped on to order. Just one. He's kind of a metal icon. Rest in peace, Cliff. But I mean, just looking at him, he's another civilian you could have in a photo and stuff like that. And you know me, I like rock and roll, and I've been ordering these 1/12 scale guitar cabinets and drum sets, and I made the, what was it, Age Against the Disease concert with Batman and the pink skulls, and I'm going to keep doing that. I want to do more toy fig concert photos.
Gramps wants to fill
I do
stadium up one day.
I want to have like Wembley Stadium, Madison Square Garden. That's something I want to do. I think they've also got Lemmy from Motorhead coming out.
Yeah, I was interested in that one.
Yeah, he looks great. Who else do they have that I ordered? Gosh dang, I want to say, is it Biggie Smalls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered him. He's going to be great.
Do they have Old Dirty Bastard in the Ultimates, or was it?
I think it was Reaction.
The Reaction.
Yeah,
because I know they did Bobby Digital in the Reaction.
Yeah, they did.
No, hold on, let me look
that up.
If
they do them in the Ultimates, they're gonna get me.
Well, not only that, they're gonna get you 8 times.
Yeah. I want the Lemmy. It's just the price of the Ultimates is.
They are a little steep. They're about 55.
Yeah.
But the quality is there. Quality is there.
I wanted to get the Ghost Papa Emeritus one a while ago.
Yeah.
But it's at $65. Like, I'll get it eventually, but I'm not in a rush to get it for $70.
Yeah.
I felt like Super 7 was getting a little stagnant for a while, but I think now they're they're having a jump start again with the Simpsons line, with the
Yeah,
music
I was about
line,
to say.
with Thundercats. To me, the thing about Super 7 for me is like I bought a lot of the Thundercats, but unfortunately, when you see them on Amazon, they take such a big deep dive
Yeah.
in price. You're like, you know what? Where's the rush? Because I'm not going to open them today.
Yeah.
Where you can get them for $40. Why not wait? Where they used to be 70, 80. You know, that's why I stopped. It's like, you know what? I'll just wait.
There's been some complaints about the sculpts too recently. I know for one of these lines they switched factories. 'Cause they had an Andre the Giant figure that came out recently looking really horrible.
Right.
And I know some people that were complaining about the Power Rangers face sculpts that were not the same as the renders, you know, not even close apparently.
Well, who knows?
The
I'm
worst figures, you know, the worst. Those I heard were really bad. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I think that's Super 7's own property.
Yeah, it's kind of like their Rumble Society.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate me, but I did order one.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered I don't know what his name is, Cerebral Commander or something like that. He's like a floating brain.
Okay.
No, I don't know, man. It was one of those things where I had that itch and I had to scratch it, and that was the figure that I picked. So I was like,
Okay.
I get these ideas where I'm like, oh, I can make this photo, I could do this, this would be really fun. And then I order something, and then I'm like, what the hell did I order that for?
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Oh man.
Who knows?
I wanted to throw a random one in
Sure.
when we were talking about civilians, and this is not a new set, but I think this is a set that people need to get, especially with the fact that everyone's watching The Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Yeah, and you know, I had to dig this up because I wanted to look at it again, but you know, NECA they released the Last of Us set.
Oh,
and
they did.
yeah, they released it I want to say like over the summer, but they come with,
wow.
you know, the video game versions, but this is Joel and Ellie. But yeah, this is such a I actually hope that they release an HBO version, so it's like the likeness of Pedro Pascal. But
yeah,
if they don't, I think you would still really be happy with this set because it almost kind of looks like Pedro as well. But you know, I think we were on a show, we spoke about it, but these are great civilian sets where you're mixing it with horror characters, where he's fighting Jason, or you know, you're when you're fighting, you know, when you're in like a survival mode and you're just fighting
Is that
anyone.
part
You know,
two, Steve?
Yeah, this one is part 2.
Okay.
It's great. Like the sculpt is great, and even though it's you know, based on the video game, the hyper realism, he just looks like a generic guy, and he comes with really good accessories. You know, he comes with a lot of hands. He comes with there's 2 guns, 2 knives. He comes with an axe. He comes with a rifle. He comes with a machete, a sniper rifle. I mean, just off of here, you're getting 5 or 6 highly detailed weapons with guns.
Yeah.
This was a sleeper set. I don't think a lot of people were talking about it, and
I didn't even
the
know
fact that the show came out, you know, you're gonna want to jump on it because, you know,
and
the show is amazing.
You don't see too many just civilian type female characters, especially young female characters like that.
Right.
So, what was that set like? $80? I mean,
75 on BBTS.
75. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, which is kind of, you know, maybe a few years ago, a 2-pack set was 55, but I think they bumped up the quality. Comes with a really cool backpack as well, archery set. So yeah, you know, if you get it for 70, 75, I think that's where it's at.
That's cool.
Yeah, again, civilians. You know, if you want to stock up your civilians, mix them up with some Super 7 people, I think you can have like a nice
concert.
Concert, Camp Crystal Lake counselors, whatever.
Oh yeah, you got to have some people for Jason to kill.
Yeah, but yeah, it was definitely a slept on set, and I guarantee that NECA's going to have them a lot more available because if there's hype for the TV show, that customer demand is going to fly through the roof.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully they keep doing more of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. I had to dig that one up. I was like, man, I have not opened that one up, and I'm really intrigued to use it because it just looks really good.
One set that, circling back around to NECA, is that set that came in for me was the Robocop damaged set with his chair and the likeness of the great Peter Weller. And I'm telling you what, man, this thing is badass.
NECA fought years to get that likeness rights. It was.
I can see why.
It took a while.
Yeah, he's not. I don't know. He's not the easiest person to work with.
Yeah.
But they did a really good job. And I mean, for some reason, 2023 is like the Robocop renaissance. There's some other lines that are coming out with Robocop. Mafex is coming out with, I think, 2 Robocop. There's another line coming out with like a die-cast metal version of Robocop.
Oh, wow.
They re-released the ED209, which I need to get. But yeah, I was really happy with this set because he's all damaged, and then you have the alternate head sculpt and the recovery chair, which I can use in other sets with other people. Put it in a bat cave, whatever. And it's just going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Did you get the other Robocop yet or no?
Yeah.
How are they in scale? Because for some reason I didn't open mine yet, but this one seemed a little smaller, right? Like I wished it was a little taller. But again, I didn't open it. It looked like it was it didn't look like it was quite 7 inches, but
I didn't hold him up next to any other figures, but like here's the original NECA Robocop. And
okay, so it's probably the same.
He scales pretty close with like a McFarlane's.
Okay, yeah. So the original is about 6.5.
Yeah, about 6.5, close to 7. I mean, taller than a Marvel Legends, which is great because Robocop was kind of a bigger dude against a normal human, so you could use him with some Marvel Legends, or you could put him up against, maybe you have to put him up on a little stand, but he could fit well with McFarlane too. Definitely works well with a Mezco, so I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, Robocop's the perfect mashup character too. You put him in an alleyway with literally any Gotham rogue or Batman or anything.
Oh yeah, you put him up against this dude, Cousin Eddie. maybe have this dog peeing on his leg or something like that. I'm just thinking now. Oh yeah, did you guys get this guy?
I did, yeah.
He's great.
Yes, sir.
I wish I got 2.
Oh shit!
Did you get him, teases?
I got the cousin Eddie from the holidays. Yeah, I may have doubled up on that one, thinking that it was a cool army builder, but I didn't even fucking open it.
This guy's cool. He's like the street. Cool. He's like the streetwise version, and
he looks demonic.
Man, he comes with. I mean, you could pop this head on and put on.
The skulls.
Here's Henry Cavill. Now you got street punk Henry Cavill. And, You can use him for anything, and he comes with a hoodie. He comes with like 13 pairs of hands. He comes with a gold chain, a dog, diamonds. He comes with a bear suit, guns, extra set of shoes, baseball hat. I mean,
he's the cool hero you never thought you needed.
Well, he's the street thug that I always wanted. He'll be fun.
Did you guys get from NECA the War Duke Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Yeah, I was able to.
You know what I'm talking about, Gramps? This one.
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
I have to see the one. Actually, I don't know if I got War Duke. I think I got the other one.
Who's that from?
Dungeons and Dragons.
From NECA?
Yeah.
They did a line.
I have the OG figure.
Oh,
like 4-inch, 5-inch.
You ever find figures from your childhood and look at them and be like, man, when I was a kid, I thought this was the best thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I found, I told you I kind of had to clean up my room where all this stuff. And every time you do that, you find stuff that's been packed away and stashed away. And I found this old Darth Vader case that had all old Star Wars figures. And I just remember thinking these were the best things in the world.
Yeah.
Where they had like the lightsaber would slide up and down the arm.
That was like.
I mean, these were like
the telescope.
Generation 1 Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
I wish I had all of them that my brothers and I used to have. We had them all. And the vehicles.
I think that's why I'm not a big. I mean, I like lots of articulation. Don't get me wrong, but if it's missing, sometimes I'm okay,
right?
Because of where we came from, playing with those toys, and you, like you said, you thought it was the greatest thing in the world, and you used your imagination, and you had the best time.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of the selling point of Mezco has that line 5 points, where they just have 5 points of articulation: the head turn, arms, and legs.
Yeah.
And there are still people that's all they want or need out of a figure. As long as it just looks good, that's all they want. And it's great. One of my favorite Batman figures is that Darwin Cook version.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. It's standing right there on that shelf right there.
That's a nice figure, man.
And it's amazing. And it's very limited articulation, but it just looks so good.
Yeah.
And I'll hold that up against almost anything that comes out new.
Yeah. To me, articulation's not my first thing that I want. I would just want a good paint app, I want good depiction of the character. To me, the sculpt is the most important thing. The second that you lose that detail, like you were saying before about Super 7, you get turned off. The likeness of it is why we get it, in the paint app.
I think that's what made me fall in love with the Frankenstein, the NECA Frankenstein. When I took it out of the box, the paint and the sculpt,
the expression,
was jaw-dropping for me personally. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah,
it's just so simple too. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, his face looks airbrushed and he looks like a statue.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's definitely one of the best figures that they've done. And like you said, it's very simple. He's just very stoic.
I feel I can't wait to get the Dracula because I feel like it's going to be a similar situation.
You're going to like it.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with that Dracula. I'm going to have a lot of fun with him. And I think you're really going to like it. Especially with that big bat, which I know you're going to want to use in some Batman photos because he's big.
Yeah. Forgot something. I've been slacking on the pictures. I have not had time
It's
or
hard.
That's
inspiration.
exactly what we were saying before the show.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, you see these guys that, I mean, they're pumping out content day after day after day.
Can't
I'm like,
believe it.
what do you do for a living to allow you to have this much free time to have fun? Because it's hard for me.
One of the things I think is the ideas must just come faster to these guys. Like a lot of the times, my process, it's not even a process. I'm just sitting in the room and I'll pick up something like this and I'll look at somebody else and well, what if I put it like that? And then that's how I start. But I
Right.
think these other photographers, they get the idea first and then it doesn't work that way for me.
I
Not
mean,
all the time anyway.
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes the best photos are the most simplest photos. Just
Yeah.
one guy that I've recently started following, I mean, he really just uses one figure at a time and he just puts it in a cool dynamic pose with some cool lighting, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it just, he takes a Spider-Man figure like this guy and puts him, in a really cool pose. He's doing some digital editing in Photoshop, but pretty much it's just all about the posing.
Yeah.
And with the right lighting, I'm like, wow, that you made that $20 figure look like a $100 figure.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm still searching with what I'm wanting to do with my toy picks. But of course, I make things more difficult for myself than what I probably need to. I try to make these big grand scenes, and then you do all this work setting up the scenery and all the background, and then you realize it only shows on like a 2-inch by 2-inch picture, and you don't see any of that stuff anyway when the camera's on them. So what's the point? Who knows? As long as you're just still working on the craft is all that matters.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's keeping us off off the streets.
Yeah.
For me, it's just having a creative outlet.
Yeah.
I have to have something one day a week. I have to do something creative because, with the job and everything else, it's just like that's my outlet.
For sure.
Hey, Steve, did they give you a stand for that bat with Dracula?
Yeah. Well,
that's nice. I see it in the picture here. I was wondering if it came.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's actually like a 9, like a 8-inch.
Yeah.
Little peg.
That is really good.
Like, here's a close-up of the bat.
Yeah.
He's got a little... They made it, it's got a...
You definitely photoshopped the shit out of it.
Well, I mean, it's Dracula as a bat, so it's got to kind of have like a human-esque face to it, right? But, yeah, you can definitely use it like in the background going up against some clouds or something. I mean, it's a really cool bat, and it's got like at the tips of its wings, it has like little claws, kind of like that.
It's pretty big. I mean, you could see.
Yeah.
This is like a good 8.
Yeah, I'm thinking now you don't have to hang it or anything. You could put it on that and edit out the stand.
Yeah, you definitely have to edit this out, but definitely usable for some other stuff.
Or another trick is if you have one of those buildings with pipes or whatever, if you could line it with the pipe, and you might even be able to leave it.
Yeah.
I did that with Dr. Fate. The stand is actually in the picture, but it was against the pipe and you can't really see it.
Now, now that we're going down that road, another thing that I like to do is, you know, that binding that sometimes comes with the figures that holds them to the plastic case.
Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty sturdy wire, right? And like I just unboxed a bunch of NECA Predators, and they're all wrapped with that binding.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll use that with some type of like putty, and use that as my flight stand. And it holds pretty well sometimes. And then it's less to edit out.
Yeah.
Versus using like a big stand like this, you know. That's a lot to edit out.
Right.
Yeah,
For sure.
But a small little wire, I can do that real quick.
You know, it's kind of funny. You know, with the new Apple phones, if you press down on your photo, it'll copy and it'll lasso the main object, and you can copy and paste. And that's a really quick way of editing something like that. That'll save you 40 minutes of bullshitting.
yeah.
Will that work on my 6S?
Not yet. Not yet. Nope.
You really have a 6?
S.
Holy
That's a sport. That's for sport.
My phone's retro now.
Yeah.
Gramps, you need to be doing TP on some better
Put
resolution.
it back
work.
in the box. You might be able to sell it. They're selling the phones for like, you know, the original iPhones for like 50 grand and shit.
Oh, I know. Like,
Yeah, Gramps, you can get it graded.
I still have my original iPhone 3. And I mean, it's just so funny how small that thing is.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the time, that was the best thing in the world, right?
Yeah.
It was, especially the 4 too.
What's
The
crazy
4 is my first one.
Those phones have more processing power than like the Apollo spacecraft that went around the moon. The computer in that thing is more high tech than those things.
Yeah.
I'm imagining what photos you can get with like a 14.
That's what I got. I got the 14.
You'd probably save yourself 8 hours a day, a week of work.
Probably would. I'd probably throw that DSLR camera away. But yeah. Those camera phones are getting crazy stupid.
Yeah.
Takes away the craft though, the art. But anyway. Yeah, it's all about the final product anyway. You know, whatever you can fit on a 2x2 screen.
Yeah.
Hey man, as long as you're not Googling, you know, an AI pose, I think you'll be okay. You know, you're like, that's for another episode, but
yeah. Well, I think that's about all the content that we brought to the table tonight. We're going.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if anyone has anything that they're waiting on that's coming in every day, you know, outside of the Mezco 89, but I don't know if there's anything on its way that we're all kind of
there's something huge that's coming soon.
Huge.
And probably be its own episode.
Yeah.
Soon.
Okay. You're gonna have to tank about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But is there a figure in particular that you're, you know, looking forward to?
As far as
besides 89 Batman,
I'm really looking forward something that I've already ordered or
has something you already ordered.
Gotham by Gaslight Batman is number one. I really want that Cliff Burton. Can't wait to get that guy.
Who? Cliff?
The Super 7 Metallica bass player.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. This guy
I
even comes with a bass guitar.
Nice. And
This
is that
guy.
a hammer? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
mallet
the
hammer.
yeah. He comes with a hammer and a flip off finger hand.
Sounds convenient.
You always need that, right? So those are probably two of my upcoming wish list. Mr. Freeze, hopefully, and
Oh, I wanted
think,
that McFarlane Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come. I think
The
it's just a
superpower
waiting
colored
game.
one. Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that McFarlane, if you play the long term, it'll become accessible. There's nothing that McFarlane has done so far where the third party market has taken it over. You know,
Yeah.
even Batman Year One was like impossible to get, and eventually just plateaued, and it was available. So you just gotta be patient.
Do you think McFarlane will do a Mazzucchelli Batman Year One?
I think so.
Has to. Why not?
Why not?
And then also, I mean, I'm waiting for a Year Two Reaper.
That I would say is another definite. Yeah.
Which is funny because that's his.
Yeah,
his
he
book.
drew that.
It's like he should have had that last summer, 2 summers ago.
Wow. Yeah. That's a no-brainer.
I'm looking forward to the Mayfix Nightwing. I ordered 2 of those, so I don't think it's gonna get better than that. And the McFarlane Kingdom Come Batman. I'm pretty excited about that one.
That does look good.
I've seen some pictures. Some people have it already. So.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I mean, we could save it for another time, maybe when it does drop. But the Nolan Batman collection was kind of a sleeper. I know Grumps said you were pretty impressed by the actual Batman.
Yeah, I thought
everything else. Joker looked awesome.
I want the money.
I think
the Joker comes.
Yeah. Like get the accessory set,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Bane and Scarecrow fell short.
Yeah.
Scarecrow looks like he went to Party City to buy a Scarecrow outfit.
Yeah.
It's like
there's a lot of sculpt there, but it's not. I don't know. Didn't come together.
But the Batman looks cool. Two-Face looks cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like we haven't had any Nolan stuff in a while, so it'll get the excitement up again.
Yeah.
And again, with all this, back to what we were saying in the beginning with the Flash shit. You throw in that Mezco, you throw in that Bale, you start doing, we're going to start seeing a lot more multiverse Batman photos and mashups and suits. And that's.
Well, he's doing the
Batmobile,
right?
Spider. Is he?
McFarlane's doing the Batmobile.
Oh, really?
I think a Batwing.
Oh, wow.
89 or just the other one?
I think it's 89. I mean, the 89 is going to appear in the movie, right? That's the same car. I don't think they changed the car.
Right.
So the plane, I know they changed the bat plane, wing, whatever. That's different, but
and we're gonna get an updated Keaton figure. That's that's gonna be in the works. Oh, I tell you one figure I'm really looking forward to is the SH Figure Arts Black Adam. It's coming up.
That looked really nice. Yeah.
And I think it even has like a glow chest symbol too, if I'm remembering correctly.
Is it a comic one or is it the movie?
It's the movie.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
And it looks badass. It looks badass. I just hope that I hope it's in kind of scale with some of the other figures. I think it is supposed to be like a 6.5 inch figure. So
sounds like you're going to take that one to the weight room.
Yeah. the Bat Gym. He's going to be doing some deadlifts here soon. Power cleans.
Nice. But yeah, no, I think you know, in the 1 month that we've done coverage, I think there's definitely been a busy 4 weeks of releases and hype, and I think it's starting to pick up again. Where I think going into the holidays, I think it was getting a little stagnant. I think things are starting to ramp up slowly for some big releases. So.
Yep, and it's never going to end, ever.
No.
Anyways, I think that's a good landing point. So, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
And please leave us a comment, like, dislike, whatever, rate, review, and we'll keep coming with more content.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night.